Howdy everyone, welcome to Inside Russia. My name is Konstantin and I'm streaming live from south of Russia, from the very heart of southern Russia, the capital of the south, Rostov-on-Don. We're going to have a celebration stream today, 4th of July, but before we celebrate, I gotta deliver you a message. Hopefully with my message you understand Russia a little better and learn a couple lessons. I hope. At least I hope my information that I'm going to deliver today is interesting and perhaps or entertaining. See for yourself. Perhaps. Without further ado, let's jump right into the message, because I want to deliver it as short as possible. There is a social contract between Russian government and Russian people. Has been for the past 100 years. There has been a social contract. That contract was transformed quite a few times. It took different shapes, different terms and conditions, so to speak. But for most part, it was there. What is the contract? Well, Russian government is very strong. I said many times before in the videos and in the streams, Russian society is unlike the Western society. The government is on top. It has the power, it controls everything it has to say, and people are on the bottom somewhere. So that's how basically this country is organized, more or less. Give or take. So, in order for these two parts of the system to get along, there gotta be some rules, some social contract. Well, what comes in mind? Force. Brutal force. If you have the power and someone below doesn't like you, doesn't like what you do, doesn't comply with what you say, you use brutal force. That would be tyranny. Well, I can't really say that. Currently, Russia is a tyranny. And, in the past, tyranny... Now, tyranny is a very, very harsh word. No. Now, let's find out what has been happening. Let's take a few steps back. Let's go back to 1917, the Bolshevik Revolutions. The Bolsheviks weren't really communists back at the time. They were Bolsheviks. They turned into communists along the way. The commies, not good people. But the Bolshevik Revolution followed by bloodiest civil war in Russia. Basically, it was the war between the Russians who didn't want to go along with Bolshevik revolution against people who actually went along with the revolution. Basically, Russians were exterminating Russians. Then it took quite a few years to settle down. Then World War II followed. Of course, it was a tragedy. We were fighting Nazi Germany alongside with the Americans, the British, the coalition. And then World War II was over. New World Order established in 1945 in Yalta, later in New Hampshire, Bretton Woods. Then the social contract really started kicking in the Soviet Union. After World War II settled down, and then about 10 years after, everything, Stalin died, the Communist Party of the USSR controlled everything in the country. And it wanted people of the USSR to comply, to kind of play along, to play by the rules that were made up by the Communist Party. Okay? How do you do that again? By brutal force? Possible. but needed, probably not very effective. So a social contract was introduced. This contract was that you work, you play by party's rules, you play by what's going on in the country, what you're told, how to play, and then in return, you get some kind of living. Well, supposedly decent living, but, you're not going to starve to death, You're going to get somewhat decent living conditions. So what are the conditions? Salary. No. Salary in the USSR was very, very low. Was just enough to get by. Instead, besides the salary, every person would get benefits. We call it benefits, you can call it whatever, but really benefits. For example, free education for adults, university education, higher education, and for kids, school education, free healthcare, free vacations. Government would send you to a summer camp somewhere, and you wouldn't have to pay for it. Free housing. You would get an apartment from the government for free. Meaning no mortgage, you wouldn't have to pay for it. You would have to work, meet certain criteria at your workplace. For example, you have to be at work for at least like 10 years or something like that. And then you qualified to get an apartment. Different bonuses at your work. Pension. After you reach either 55 for women or 60 for men, you get guaranteed pension that will guarantee your well-being when you're retired. Guaranteed retirement at 55 for women, 60 for men. And plenty of other small things. So, brutal force would be stick. But stick is not effective, and much more effective is the carrot in front of you. Sticking like you trying to catch the carrot. So the social contract was this. You are guaranteed work from the government. You are hang on. You are guaranteed work from the government. You are guaranteed certain rights, okay? Not huge ones, but certain rights. Instead, in return, not instead, but in return, you comply. You are loyal to the government. You do not ask questions. You believe, or at least pretend to go along with what the government tells you. And if you don't comply, and if you're not loyal, then and only then the stick comes into play. So there was a system of carrots and sticks. And people didn't really have choice because they couldn't leave the USSR. Okay, they had to choose. And most naturally, most obviously, they chose the system of, they chose carrots instead of sticks. And only very few would, choose sticks. KGB had the highest stick. Police had pretty high stick. And, various organizations had sticks too. Oh, that they were painful. Anyway, this system of carrots and sticks as a social contract was in existence from, I would say, from late 50s to late 80s. Due to some reasons, the Soviet Union fell apart. We've discussed it before, and it's not the current discussion. Some reasons. This system that existed, some people call it socialism or communism. It's really none. It's the system of government and people coexistence, okay? But for the simplicity's sake, let's call it socialism. The system of socialism existed and then it fell apart. And that's where it gets interesting. In 1991, a new system was introduced in the Soviet Union, well, in Russia, in the new Russia, in place of an old system of the Soviet Union. That system was complete freedom. The government disappeared for the most part. Cops disappeared, KGB disappeared, and they stopped playing their role. The sticks disappeared. The social contract disappeared. The government was almost non-existent, and it certainly distanced itself from the people. The government said, you know what, we don't owe you anything, we're not going to give you anything, including the pensions. There was a huge disaster with pension system, okay? But we do not require anything in return. You don't have to play by our books. You're free. And this, my friends, was 90s in Russia. And of course, 10 years of chaos followed because people were trying to learn how to swim. Mafia appeared. It played the role of police in many ways. Lots of businesses started flourishing because, hey, you just let people make money and you're not going to stop them, right? You're not going to catch up with them. They're going to run so fast. And this is exactly what happened to Russia. Things were turbulent at times. At first it was really bad, but then later things started getting better. And towards 2000s, actually was not bad. Late 90s were okay. Then the government started appearing in early 2000s because people were started getting up from their knees onto their feet, so to speak. But the government also started getting second wind. It started getting stronger. There were certain reasons for that. High raising oil prices, and that's just many reasons. But anyway, the government started putting itself on the radar again. And guess what? The government started buying Russians' loyalty. The system of carrots started appearing. The government introduced new system of social payments. There were different categories of Russians who started getting payments again. For example, the retired people started getting pensions back. Okay, in the 90s, there were huge delays, months and months. In 2000s, people started getting pensions every single month, like clockwork. Single mothers started getting support. Certain government employees started getting support, such as summer camps returned for the kids, such as free medical care, special clinics. For example, if you belong to a certain government organization, there were certain clinics servicing only that organization. At first it seemed okay. At first it seemed like the government started caring for people. Wonderful. Then this care, so to speak, started increasing in size and in the amounts of money. More and more money was being poured into the social programs. And Russia was getting stronger and more, richer, okay? We're talking about high oil prices, right? High natural gas prices. So Russian budget was overflowing. And more and more money was poured into the social programs. Okay. Fair enough. Then, in about 2008 to 2009, the number of government employees started increasing greatly. Okay, that was a new trend. In the 90s, no one really worked for the government. Working for the government was considered a very bad job, very low-paying job, very unprestigious job. But then, 10 years later, things started changing. Working for the government, first of all, brought stability. It brought more and more benefits. People started getting addicted. Small benefits, okay? Payment, the salaries were still not great, but this number of carrots, so to speak, started growing. And the more people were employed by the government, the more the system of carrots started, increasing and started getting stronger, and stronger. Once you have too many carrots, people start depending on the carrots from you. Well, you, the government, obviously. And you can tell them certain things. You can even blackmail them. You can threaten them. Not by anything bad, but saying, hey, if you don't do this, if you don't show up and clean, for example, school teachers, if you don't show up and clean your school on your day off as a subotnik, which is like volunteering a day to school, we will consider something in the future. You know what I mean? Things like that. That's small things first. If you control what you pay out to people, you control them. You start controlling them. Okay? But still, there was a system of carrots only. The sticks, non-existent, but the only stick was a threat of being fired from the system. And if you're fired from government job, you lose all the benefits. You lose stable job that pays every month. And you're gonna be on your own. And a lot of people, especially people who couldn't really find themselves, so to speak, in the 90s, okay, who still remembered the USSR, older people, they welcomed this very well-known, very familiar system of carrots, okay? Sometimes freedom is scary. You have to make choices. You have to take responsibility for your life, and that's scary. Someone comes in and says, okay, hey, I'll take responsibility. You're going to be well-fed. You're going to make money every month. You're going to get, your salary on time. And you're going to get this, that, and that on top, okay? But you have to do certain things. Okay, that's how loyalty of people is bought, okay? That's how they get used to being in the comfort zone. That's how they really are scared to misbehave, because if they do, they might lose everything. It's not much, but hey, you know what? That's something to lose. Perhaps free transportation, perhaps free, very good kindergartens for the upgraded kindergartens for the grandchildren or children, perhaps free, upgraded, very good medical care, things like that, summer camps. Did I say free transportation? Did I say perhaps you're compensated if you fly once a year someplace to take a vacation, anywhere within Russia, the government compensates you. Perhaps things like that. And you start thinking, hey, if I do something really that the government doesn't like, I might lose it. Okay? So, many Russians, their loyalty has been bought that way. But there are quite a few Russians who don't fall for this kind of stuff because they've tasted the forbidden fruit. And the forbidden fruit here is taking responsibility for their lives in their own hands. And that's really a great feeling. Once you don't have fear, everything is up to you, okay? Even here in Russia, A lot of people like that. They like to start businesses. They like to make decisions on their own. They like to build their own fate, their own future, okay? And they don't want to be dependent on the government. And guess what? The government doesn't really like that. Perhaps it's a coincidence, but the number of businesses, small businesses, that is a foundation of strong economy, independent economy. The number of small businesses has been in decline over the past, I'd say, 10 years, 10 plus years. Perhaps that's why, because if you have a business, if you have, income, independent income, that depends on you, how much money you make. If you decide what you're going to do, if you decide whether you're going to vote or not going to vote, who you're going to vote for, and things like that, you are not needed in the system of carrots, okay? Because they can't really influence you, your decisions. They can't control you, okay? So, not all Russians have been bought out by this system of carrots, okay? The new social contract, so to speak. We pay you and we give you little things, many of them, little but many, and then we put you in the comfort zone, okay? But instead, you don't do certain things, and certain things you do. Everything else is up to you, okay? That's the new social contract. And people who don't buy into this social contract, whose loyalty cannot be bought by these things of the social contract, the terms and conditions, those people are becoming unneeded and unwanted. And if they start, taking a step right or step left, guess what is back? The sticks. I feel that we are seeing the new social contract being solidified in the last few months, so to speak. And I feel that we start seeing sticks grow again. My friends, this has been my message. I hope that it's understood. I tried to make it as simple and as short as possible. I hope you find it amusing, interesting, scary. I don't know, but I hope you like come in here and think that you're spending time listening to my messages is actually not wasting time, but getting something good in return, something interesting. I would like to say happy birthday, America. Happy Independence Day. My American friends, congratulations. I wish you many happy returns of this day for your country. I wish you peace, prosperity, success. I wish that to everyone, all the countries in the world, all people, Russians, Americans, Europeans, Canadians, Ukrainians, everyone. But today, since it's the America's Independence Day, my wish goes to the USA. I'm going to turn on the comments, and I'm going to, I want to ask you to give the feedback. Let me know what you think about my message, if you find it interesting. What do you think? Do you see, or maybe I'm mistaken? Just give me the feedback. There are some rules I would like to remind you before turning on the comments. The rules are: common sense is the king. Think twice before you post anything. No crude remarks and or hostile comments. No crude usernames. English only. No trolls. Don't even think about it. Subscribers only. This chat is subscribers, and there are some forbidden topics I don't want you to discuss here. There are other places and other times for them. Everything connected to Ukraine, referring to actions of the Russian army in Ukraine, number of casualties in Ukraine and in the Russian army, and criticism of top Russian leadership. So thank you so much. Please keep this chat civil. I am turning the comments on, and let me know what you think. Let me just set up the chat a little bit. We have about 1,200 people watching, which is great. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. We have a winner today. Toro 8-star, the first comment. Howdy, howdy. And howdy, everyone. Ultra Sassy Becca, Donna White, Bruce. Hello again. We met Bruce with Bruce in this chat for the sponsors only. We have a new sponsor, and Bear 13. Welcome to Inside Russia. Mommy, Lorna, Robert, Harry Potnan. Haven't seen Robert yet, but I'm sure he's here. Joy, howdy again. Liz, Frank, Tadas, Kathy, Judas, Samsa, and Bear, Schwinn, Black Cat, John Liebold from Australia himself, Jan Allen, thank you so much. Hey mods, hope you're all well. I am well as I can be these days in these trying times, but alive. Ludmila Hopkins, howdy, howdy. If you want me to notice your message, please, put it in caps. Yesterday I did not notice the message of Brianna B. Was very upsetting for her. She sent me a couple super chats. I didn't see them as well. They disappeared way too quickly. So, Walter, hello from Florida. Chrissy Walker, if you beat a lion, he might just bite you. Can't argue with that. Colombia in the house, PM. Holy cow. I haven't seen anyone from Colombia. Pretty cool. Guido, thank you for a fascinating history lesson. I think some of what you describe happens in the US too. I hope no, but you can judge better than I do because I am here, you are there. Nine Veka, howdy, howdy. No comment. What do you want? A medal? A medal would be nice. A medal of honor. A medal of, I don't know, courage. A medal of, I don't know, anything. Scott Humphrey, hello from Boston, Massachusetts. Howdy, howdy. Fellow New Englander. Rolf, hello. Brian Woods, greetings from Los Angeles. Brian, long time no see. Glad to see you in a much chirpier mood. I'm more feisty today. I'm ready to fight. My mood is, let's go. May, I guess this way of thinking mechanism is the main thing that separates Russia from Europe. I think so too. Sandy, told my hubby just gave a masterclass on what is so bad about socialism. You're right about that. I cannot stand socialism. I lived in the USSR, and let me tell you, that social contract is scum. Okay? You don't want to live like that. Because someone decides what you want, what you need, and gives it to you or doesn't give it to you. That's just not right. I love freedom. Raven Ray, good morning from the Philippines. John Wakamatsu from Los Angeles, $5, buy some tea. Thank you so much, I will do that. We have a new sponsor, thank you, welcome to Inside Russia, Dave Strains. Hello from Ohio. Michael Sullivan, this is the best talk show of all the ones I watch. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I wish more people watch it. Bruce, good message today. I appreciate the history. Magnus, howdy. Rene, Walther, greetings from Germany. Where in Germany are you? John Liebold, sticks and carrots are everywhere for us to comply. John, you're right and you're wrong at the same time. They are everywhere, but it's a matter of how many of them, okay? In some places, very few and very little, far in between. In some places, heavily, so it's just a matter of how many of them. Yodi Racer, Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. No, not Viva. Viva Las Vegas. There you go. Raymond, howdy. Tuesday, 6 a.m. in Brisbane. Very good message today and simply explained. Oh, I try. I try to be as simple as possible. And you know what? It's so difficult for me because English is my second language. I would have explained much better in Russian. But hey, I have what I have. All democracies have carrots. Loved Krasnodar walk. Thank you, Raymond. I didn't really like Krasnodar walk that much myself, but thank you. Hopefully there will be time in Russia's history, in Russia's future, not too distant. I want it tomorrow. I want it now, okay? But when everything is just nice and peaceful and I can walk around anywhere and do nice walking tours and telling you, oh, look right, look left, it's so beautiful, it's nice architecture and stuff like that. But at this point, I cannot do that any longer. Hopefully in the future, I will. Irina, happy 4th from the USA, Tennessee. Labcat sounds like a bleak future. You're darn right about that. Richard Jones, the government you elect is the government you deserve. Thomas Jefferson was a very smart man. Golden Griffon, wow, howdy. That's a very special suspect, I would say. Very special usual suspect. Golden Griffon was there basically from the day one of this channel when I had like 100 subscribers 3 years ago. Folkensong, €5, thank you so much. Maybe it was asked before, but do you also make videos in Russian for Russian people, maybe on Russian tube or what YouTube equivalent is? My friend, I opt for not answering this question. Please forgive me. S. Kemphouse, hello. Buddy, howdy, pray for peace, indeed. Julie Embark Mountain family, greetings from Colorado. John Wakamatsu, sticks again. Oh, John, they're growing, you're right. I see them. Charlie B, greetings from Pacific Beach, San Diego, California. One of my most favorite places in the USA is San Diego. So, hello, San Diego. Greetings from Brazil. Wow. Lucas, welcome. RTD, nice job from Texas. Holland, mighty rude. Sandy, wonderful Russian history lesson. Thank you, Sandy. Lorna, thank you so much. You're absolutely right. 2 minutes to midnight. Hi, Mr. Case. I'm still here. COVID still sucks. Hang on. I'm writing down for the prayer list. Peter Foskett, hi from UK. Hoodoo, Texas, 246 years of US Republican democracy today. Oh, US Republican democracy. Congratulations. That's quite a record, quite a run. I think the United States is the only country in the history of the world that has had this track record. Secret Tuber, great channel. Can't imagine how hard it must be having to self-censor. Oh, you better believe it. I'm kind of used to it now, but you better believe it. I think you can see me choosing my words wisely. I don't want to break any Russian laws after all, you know. Janine, hi Kay, hi mods, hi everyone. Leica Travels. Very interesting, easy to understand, easier to appreciate. Thank you. Fury, hi Constantine. Sophistica. I lost. Um, there you go. Thank you for your daily updates. Greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you so much, my friend. Greetings from Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, I will read the highlight comments in caps. If you want me to read, please put it in caps. Haiti Horowitz, good message, scary. Thank you. It is very scary. I'm upbeat, but it doesn't mean that the message is good. Leon Buford, hello from UK. Howdy, howdy. Tonya Christian, very insightful stream. Thank you, stream. Thank you, Tonya. Janice Burgess, hello from Reno. Howdy, howdy. Golden Griffon. Richard Jones, yes, our government tries to do the same thing. We see throughout right away, though. D Minor, hello from California. Stolen vinyl, we all love carrots. Well, you know what, good luck eating them. Pagan Oak, hello from Greece. 2 minutes to midnight. Why is the retirement age different for men and women? That's a good question. I've never thought of it. Women retire 5 years prior because they are considered, most likely, they're considered, the caretakers of children, of grandchildren, and the government tries to, go easy on them, so to speak. Dave, I'm feeling that feisty vibe. You know why? Because I'm really, really angry. There are times when I just break down and I don't know what to do, but there are times when the just anger enrages me. Richard Jones, how about a medal of appreciation from all of us? Thank you so much. It's an honor. Thank you. This is a very valuable comment to me from Keita. Hi from Brasov. As a Romanian, I understand every single word. I understand that you understand because you lived through this and you know how it felt. And you know what? Stay away from that rotten freaking smell because it's not good. Leica Travels, some of what you describe happened in UK also, particularly in the 70s and in the 80s here. Stay away from that, my friends. That's poison. Tonya Christian, happy 4th of July, America. I concur. Buddy, I see you going through the stages of grief. Please explain. What kind of is this? Am I still grieving, you think? Is anger as grieving? William Berger, thanks for the Netherlands. By the way, Ultra Sassy Becca, thank you for the messages. I will reply. Rick, be thinking of taking the Downister to Portland next week for seafood and vacation time. Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Nicholas, in the groove. This is my third stream, by the way. I had one for sponsors. Reese was there. One for patrons. Reese was there. And Bruce and some other people. JPDL, thank you so much. Dave, strangely, some of didn't understand that. I'm sorry. From Northern Illinois, USA, Dave Strains, Thank you. Ragnar, greetings from Estonia. Hello, my friend. Janice Burgess, nothing is free. There's always some sort of payment. Social contract, as I call it. Robert Bates. Howdy, Robert. Hello from Belgium. Very interesting message. I learned a lot tonight. Thank you. Amra Makers, hello. Happy 4th of July. Dave, got the message? Sandy, I need simple anymore. Clay Lover, I prefer a combination of capitalism and socialism. And you know what, Clay? That is a good thing, a combination of capitalism and socialism. But you know what? It must be based on capitalism, and there could be tiny little bits of socialism, but the system must be controlled. There must be checks and balances. And you know what? It's so different to do because once people start getting in charge of the carrots and they can use them into their own good, that's when the corruption happens. Okay, and then once the system starts getting corroded, it's gonna go down. There was a shooting in Highland Park, Illinois this morning. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. Scott, Lorna, thank you. Answering to Scott. I lived in Maine. I'm a Mainer. Rick Hurd, have you heard the latest news on Siemens? Oh, yes, I have. Siemens is gone. For good, forever and ever. They're just disappeared. That's the latest. Excellent message today. Thank you from JB. Thank you so much. The park yesterday was awesome. Thank you. Yesterday. Was yesterday Sunday? Day before yesterday, right. Andy, greetings from Pasadena. Inside and valuable. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comment. Richard Jones, great explanation of the Russian system of socialism and how it came back. Well, it hasn't come back completely because now it's a hybrid system because we have private property, we have capitalism, we have businesses and stuff like that. It's a hybrid, but it certainly is coming back. It's molding into something new, something unseen, potentially something very scary. 2 minutes to midnight. Why is the retirement? I answered that. Oh, okay. Bruce, unfortunately, they want to have the same plan in the US. I did not see that plan even remotely there when I lived in the US. Dave Strains, thank you so much. Lorna, thank you for your message. Reading the caps only. Pay me lot, J. Best summary I've ever heard. Have heard. My Russian knowledge has gaps. I know the 60s, 80s part. I need to listen again. Please do. Interruptions. They were interruptions? Huh. Interesting. Thank you for walking this tightrope to explain to us. Be safe. Please explain me how to be safe, and I will be safe. So far, I don't know. Golden Griffon Constantine, thank you for the message. I have learned a lot about Russian history. Thank you so much. I'm glad you did. Heidi Horowitz, I do count my blessings here in Miami. I come from Colombia. Thank you. Big ol' mama, I don't know when that happens. That's not even remotely something I can tell you. Jan Allen sending you a medal of appreciation. Thank you so much. They can keep the carrots. I like being independent, work hard, and have my own mind and opinions and choices you make. That's right. Thank you so much for the medal. Danzo Lion, thank you. Golden Griffon, the retirement age is different because women work twice as hard with families and work. Most likely yes, and that's true. Most likely yes. Amir, thank you so much. I appreciate your candor and the history I have learned from you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Amir. Thanks for the super chat. I'm glad you liked the message. Joy, that's an interesting comment. Kabla Ross, 7-stage grieving process. Complete process considered of shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, testing, and acceptance. My wife knows that very well. She's a coach. We were talking about it on the way to Krasnodar. Uh, Anger. Well, I guess. But the thing is, my stages change. They interchange. They go back and forth, you know. Jan Stephenson. Hi, Konstantin. Did you work and live in Scandinavia country, and did you like it there or not? Well, I don't know because I didn't live there. I'm sorry. I worked for a company, well, joint venture, a Scandinavian company called Sweco. Fantastic company, fantastic work ethics, fantastic people. Have superlatives. Anyway, I have only excellent things to say about that. Da, da, da. BC Transparency News. Okay. Christina S. Insightful message. I can't enjoy the 4th knowing that's happening elsewhere. Feeling is mutual. No comment. Did 4th of July remind you of Victory Day when you lived in USA? No, it did not. It was a completely different thing. 9th of May in Russia was a day of grieving. It recently has begun something else, okay? Something else that I'm not going to comment on. But before it was just Day of Remembrance. It was taking a little bit of shot of vodka. I remember my grandparents, they both fought in World War II, and they were, they have medals, signs of honor, and everything. They never talked about it. They never liked that holiday. They would take a little bit of vodka and they would say, you know what? Without words, remembering fallen comrades. That's it. Okay, 4th of July is celebration of country's independence. Completely different things, Hey, thanks for the super chat from Judas Ghost Barbecue. It's traditional to play Tchaikovsky 1812 here in the US on the 4th of July. I will think of you and pray for peace when I hear it tonight from a very hot Texas. It's 100 degrees here. It was 100 degrees in Rostov, or very close. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thanks for remembering and praying. Cowboy Bebop, thank you. 2 minutes to midnight. New Zealand is already another day. You are ahead of the world. Walter Garbachik, thank you so much. Politicians are bribed by corporate interests. Well, that's fact. There gotta be some checks and balances, Delver. That's it. The better the checks and balances are built, the more functional societies, the more effective societies, the less corruption is. Dave, liberal capitalism is the way forward. I cannot comment on that as I don't understand what is liberal capitalism, really. Harmless. I think our system here in Germany works quite well. Not perfect, of course, but not bad either. Well, your system is different, It's not sticks and carrots. It's capitalism, but with just like what we were talking about. It's a hybrid of capitalism and a little bit of socialism, just enough, you know. John, freedoms do not have sacrifice for good social policy and often the people interests such as health, education, utilities. Didn't quite understand that. Kenneth, howdy from UK. Love your chats. Thank you so much. Just Terry, let's keep the stream positive. Please do. Frank in Texas, and that is an excellent question. What happens with Siemens train factory and trains in Russia? Well, there is a committee, and of course it's formed by the government, that kind of decides who buys what, when, how, for how much, and so forth. Everything else, you think what's going on. I think I just give you enough information. Someone is sitting right here, right now, somewhere, someplace in Russia right now, and going like this. Wow, yes, something like that. We surely do have the best mods on YouTube. Thank you. Blueberry, do you think this hybrid system will evolve into have wealth only the oligarchs exclusively? I'm from Hungary. We're copied Russia in a lot of ways since 2012, unfortunately, not in the good things. We don't have a hybrid system. You see, hybrid system is good when you have this capitalism and very little socialism. Perhaps something like, helping single mothers or helping like pregnant women or something like that, But what we're having right now is not a hybrid system. It's a hybrid system in a bad way, in my humble opinion, okay? Will it evolve into something good? I don't think so. But time will tell. But who am I to know? But my opinion is it's not going to be good. It's going to be ugly. Watching time. Looked up magnanimous. Thank you for the new knowledge. I don't know what magnanimous is. SM1. Try civilization, the West and the rest. Fellow Mana, lobster time. No comment. Team Garrow, India has your back. Russia's back? That's a good joke. Miko, I like Nordic countries, I think they're great. Leon Beaufort, what Russian consumer goods have risen the most recently? Go and watch, consumer goods. Everything has risen. Greetings from Montana, from Ken. Howdy, Ken. Thank you. Denzel Lion. Yes, I hear your message. Andy Klein. Russians would do well in adapting the philosophy and values of the 18th century Scottish philosopher Adam Smith. If you're talking about Adam Smith, who described the invisible hands of markets, my friend, Russians have been studying the philosophy of Adam Smith for past 30 years. Why they haven't adopted them? That's probably the question to the Russians. Laura, welcome to Deep Inside Russia. Well, Laura, it's really good to see you. You criticize me so much in the comments. So thanks for getting to Deep Inside Russia. Toro 8 star, can you learn different languages in grade school besides Russian? Yes, you can learn 2 or 1 language. It's up to you, it's not up to school. Cranky people today. I guess so. Perhaps a lot of people have had a little bit to drink celebrating the 4th of July. Okay. Well, my friends, I hope you found this message interesting. I hope I have been able to deliver something good to you. I would like to invite you to the prayer. Please come and pray with me. If you consider yourself a believer, if you don't, still come and pray with us. Just send good wishes to people, join us in wishes, so to speak. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us good Sunday. Thank you for good Monday. It's not Sunday anymore any longer. Thank you for giving us good Monday. Thanks for putting food on our tables, providing us enough so we can eat, sleep well, giving roofs over our heads, surrounding us with good people. Thank you so much. Please keep our kids safe and healthy. Please help stop the bloodshed in Ukraine. Help the country, help the people, help everyone who's in Ukraine now. Help to stop the bloodshed. Not one single drop of blood is shed any longer. Please send angels to Ukraine, help everyone who's in need. Please send an army of angels with sharp swords, led by Saint Michael, to help my country get rid of the demons that have hijacked it and have angels run my country again. Make it righteous, make it shine. Please help everyone who's helping Ukrainians, providing relief efforts, opening their homes, opening their wallets, praying, sending good wishes, just thinking about them. Please give our strength and wisdom to raise our children that way, that they don't fight with one another when they grow up, and make this place, this world, a better place. Thank you. Please help every single pregnant woman who's making decision on whether keep the baby or not. Establish a personal connection with every woman like that, and speak to her, every woman like that. So all the women who are trying to make this hard decision will make the right decision. Thank you very much for reaching out to every single one of us, bringing us into this community so we can pray all together. Please hear everyone's pray and answer everyone's wish. I would like to mention a few people. Please help them. They are Nine Veka, Yelena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie and Igor, Buzz and Mary, Jean-Paul, Paula, Janine, Michael, Marlene, Suzanne S., Fiona, Susan, Sabrine, Madeline, Freddie, Alan, Stephen, Priscilla, Micheline, Martin, Donald from Wisconsin, who is asking for himself and asking for his country, the United States of America, Ariana, Liz, Bruce, Michael, Thomas, Tonya, Bob, Jessica, 2 minutes to midnight. I also would like to ask for everyone who is down with COVID. Please help them and their families. I also would like to ask for 3 children. They are Maverick, Sebastian, and Britzel. Please give them good health, show your mercy, show your might, and perform your miracles. The kids and the families need your help real bad. Thank you so much, dear God. Amen. All my friends, thank you very much. It's been quite a stream today. I hope that you have a great 4th of July rest of the day celebration. Again, happy birthday, America, and happy 4th, all Americans, and everyone who celebrates. Tomorrow, another day. Mods, thank you very much. It's been a very tough stream from what I see, and you've done a great job. I just don't understand why people try to disrespect me and try to put something that they shouldn't be putting. Well, what I'm asking not to put. Okay. So thank you so much, and you're awesome. You rock, and I'll see you tomorrow.